to win. So, for the first time in a long time, Fee Collier actually kind of cooked.
Angel. Reese's confidence must have caught an early flight because somewhere between the chaos and the clank shots, it disappeared. Was it nerves? Or did the WNBA look her square in the eyes and say, "Welcome, rookie? Now, sit down"? The Lynx didn't just beat her, they handed her a frosty L wrapped in broken layups and ice-cold defense. It's not the debut she imagined, but it's one we can't stop watching. Let's break it all down. Because the shots she missed, she highlighted them better than we ever could.
Before a game or after a game or during practice for real, you rarely ever hear from Angel Reese. And my question is why? Why don't you like to talk basketball, Angel? Is it because you missed so many layups?
Let's call it what it is, Angel. Reese's preseason performance has been graciously underwhelming. 10 points against the Lynx. 2 for 8 shooting. That's 2 baskets in 25 minutes, one every 12.5 minutes. For someone hyped as the future, it's more like a struggle to find the present. And those rebounds fans were promised? 3. That's all. If this pace continues, someone might need to pass out juice boxes to keep spirits up. It's one thing if you're a shooting guard. It's another when you're the self-declared queen of the paint and your rookie teammate is outboarding you with ease.
Talk about Angel Reese missing out on these press conferences all the time. What is this really about? Here's a girl, right, who loves to be in everybody's face, loves to be on front center, right? Always on TikTok, always on Instagram, always on YouTube with her podcast, but never during press conferences before a game or after a game or during practice for real. You rarely ever hear from Angel Reese. And my question is why? Why don't you like to talk basketball, Angel? Is it because you missed so many layups? You're so bad at basketball for real?
Now let's flip the script because Caitlin Clark's debut, that looked like the finals. She walked onto that court like she owned the deed, dropping logo threes and orchestrating the offense with surgical precision. The Fever put up 108 points and Clark looked every bit the veteran leading the charge. Meanwhile, Reese? She was still figuring out if she was a cheerleader or a decoy by the time the final whistle blew. It's not just a bad night, it's a wake-up call.
Me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for elevating the WNBA dump. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for taking the dump and turning it into an unmonetizable turd. Now, to her credit, it is a nicely polished turd. It almost looks appealing. Almost. Of course, it's still not appealing enough to generate profit, but I guess the WNBA is taking baby steps. I mean, what's one more year of multi-million-dollar losses? I thought Angel Reese was the star of stars, the icon of icons. That's what the mainstream media keeps telling me. Headline at Forbes from last month, how Angel Reese and A'ja Wilson are leading the WNBA.
And now for the twist no one saw coming. Camila Cardoso, no flashy podcasts, no brand deals, just straight dominance. 13 points, 9 rebounds. And a whole lot of "I'll take that, thank you" energy. She's eating up boards that used to belong to Reese like it's her divine right. While Cardoso is buying the groceries, cooking the meal, and still taking the leftovers, Angel is stuck holding the check, wondering where her dominance went.
Angel Reese is smooth 6'3". And jump like that, grab him, rim, and dunk him. Let's be honest, that's bounce for a girl. That's bounce. Now, some of y'all are probably wondering why I said she could dunk. I mean, obviously, Shorty can't dunk now. We see the game, she barely get off the ground. She get like an inch off the ground. Anyway, the reason for that is she had a big injury in her leg a long time ago.
Let's tally the damage. Caitlin Clark is making defenders question their life choices, while Reese is trying not to shoot 25% from the field without drawing boos from the crowd. And the league? Oh, they planned this perfectly. Skies first. Real game? A face-off against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. It's the rivalry everyone dreamed of, only now it feels like a solo act. Clark's doing everything short of selling popcorn during timeouts. Reese, on the other hand, looks like she trained. with shadows while Cardoso is ripping rebounds like she's got a lease on the paint.
You have the least amount of fans showing up in attendance at your games. That all has something to do with it. You're not relatable. You're not likable. People only hear from you when you showing half off, your body, or you're showing off what you're wearing, right? Trying to make a fashion statement. You're showing off your new weave. It's so unbelievable. You're showing off your new lashes, right? But you don't talk basketball.
Cardoso is now devouring the layups. Reese used to call snacks at LSU, but this isn't college and the WNBA doesn't hand out participation trophies. This is personal. Reese came in with the fanfare, the following, and the fame. But Cardoso? She's got the fundamentals. She's letting her play do the talking. Angel is watching her moment slip. Caitlin is the league's new darling. Cardoso is the sky's anchor, and Reese? Too visible to disappear, too ineffective to matter, and caught in the spotlight she once commanded.
Angel Reese is arguably the biggest star in the WNBA because she has more social media followers than everyone else. But like I say all the time, popularity on social media, that does not equate.
And we haven't even talked about what happens when Angel picks up 2 quick fouls and watches helplessly from the bench while Caitlin Clark drops one-legged fadeaways like she's writing a how-to guide. This isn't a preseason warm-up anymore, it's a full-blown reality check. Reese enters the game with a chip the size of a press conference, and not the good kind. The rivalry was built on headlines and Instagram, but the real test is happening in live ball rotations, not photo shoots.
Folks, the Chicago Sky Game 1 of the preseason was underway last night. Angel Reese looked pretty good, but we're going to get into that momentarily. On the negative side, Angel Reese fans, LSU fans, all of you who tell us, oh my God, what a big super.
Angel shift into the league. It's more like someone tripping over the bench trying to tie their shoes. Clark's transition, smooth as a symphony. This isn't about nerves, this is game. 2. That's enough to see that NCAA dominance doesn't automatically translate to the pros. Reese thought she had time to adjust until Cardoso locked that door and swallowed the key. Every minute Cardoso shines, Reese fades. The WNBA doesn't wait for you to catch up.
Can we know how you felt about your play out there? You're 2 for 8. Can we know how you feel about your new role, supposedly being a point forward? Ain't no damn point forward. A point forward is a person that actually.
Saturday is Angel Reese's moment, or it's her undoing. She needs a miracle something to remind the world why she was once the biggest name in women's basketball. But if preseason trends mean anything, Caitlin Clark isn't just making the starting lineup, she's owning it. Marketing might still be running Reese's glamour shots, but behind closed doors, the coaching staff is losing sleep. This isn't the dress rehearsal anymore, it's showtime. And if Angel forgets her lines, Caitlin will turn it into a one-woman. Act no intermission.
So I think it's time to finally, end the argument. End the argument that there is any sort of other needle mover that is even remotely close to Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. And again, the reason why we've got Hailey Van Lith up is because it was Hailey Van Lith's return as well as Angel Reese's return. Angel was not the only person. They had 2 players returning. However, right now in Carver, there are no tickets left for under $200.
Let's talk body language. Reese used to walk with royal poise. Now, confused, frustrated, exhausted by halftime. Meanwhile, Cardoso's out here grabbing boards like they owe her rent. Reese looks like someone who got dragged into a streetball game with no warm-up. Fans are already whispering about rotations, and the season hasn't even started. Because in this league, nobody cares how many followers you've got. They care if you can hoop, period.
I tried to tell you guys, you heard me say it on this channel. A lot of Angel Reese fans are not basketball fans, and they are proving it. They proved it last night without a shadow of a doubt. That was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. You might be like, well, Rhodes, what was so embarrassing?
O'clock, to be fair, no one expected 20 points per game out the gate, but to be overshadowed by your own rookie teammate, that stings. And Caitlin Clark isn't here to play fair, she's here to dominate. If Reese puts up another 2-for-8 night while Clark drops 25, the headlines write themselves, the violin music swells, the side-by-side comparisons get brutal, and social media, it might just implode.
People keep telling us there are other people in the WNBA who have made it matter. People keep telling us there are other players who are so very, very loved. There are other players who are so very, very marketable and marketed and watched and all that great.
Angel Reese knows pressure. She's felt it in title games, in media storms, in the center of attention. But this is about proving she belongs. Because if she can't, she risks becoming a cautionary tale. Caitlin Clark is inching toward league poster girl status. And if Reese falls to her rival on the biggest stage of her young career, this rookie season turns from debut to damage control. The rumors become debates. The debates become trade talk. And fast.
Her fingers turn to can't even show up and buy ticket fingers. Angel Reese going home to her alma mater, LSU, plays against the Brazilian national team in front of 6,370.
Reese doesn't just need a comeback, she needs a thunderous reintroduction. A statement game that screams, I'm not just a TikTok star from 2023, I'm here to take over. Because if she doesn't seize that moment, Caitlin Clark will drop 30, take the crown, and walk off without looking back. Saturday was supposed to be Angel's arrival. Instead, she might get benched watching her own storyline get stolen, one rebound at a time.